I'm here with Toni Haber from Tribeca. So we're going to do 30A to New York.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. So all of a sudden, this last year, we got a direct flight. So direct flight for 30A to New York is a huge deal because we're this little tiny town on the border of Alabama and Florida with all these beautiful, huge Gulfront homes. But we're trying to reach out to people that really need to travel and understand we're an option for them. And I know it's probably not really something maybe that your client base knows yet, but we'd love to introduce them to it.
Sure. What's the airport? What's the symbol?
Yeah. So Destin, Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then Panama City Beach. So technically you would have had to fly to Atlanta to go south to get over to us. But now, because people have really discovered us, and some of the things that are so well known are Alys Beach. So that's been published in the Wall Street Journal quite a bit. It's a Grecian architecture, all white, and it's really a weekender lifestyle. So if you people are looking for somewhere to go, just for a hangout vibe for the weekend, it's private beaches, very upscale, beautiful restaurants, and beautiful water and sand, almost like the Caribbean.
What took them so long to get a direct flight?
I have no idea.
Saving the best for last,
That's
perhaps?
right. I mean, I moved there in 2008, and when I went there, I spent Christmas and the holidays there, and I was like, there is nobody in this place. So I had to travel to get the experiences that we now have on 30A. So I think when people are looking for a destination, a new hotspot, what do you hear from your town and New Yorkers? What are they looking for?
Yeah, so I mean, I'd love to hear what you have to say in it, because my world, my people are mostly Miami, just this Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach. And I'm sure with it getting more crowded and more expensive,
Right.
it's not that far away. And I'm sure some people would like some cool new, I'm always asked in New York City, what do you think the next trending neighborhood is? What do you think the next, where the value is? And it sounds like that's where it is. Not only the value, but lifestyle and ease to get there too, which is huge.
Well, with our client base, I mean, luxury clients' time is of the essence. I mean, with our business, time is of the essence. So I think by shortcutting that and introducing another option, it's a huge wellness area. So outdoors, fitness, Pilates, I would tell you anything that you can think about being mentally and physically well exists on 30A. But then it's also a vibe just to get out on the water. So if you guys just want to get out and cruise and feel like you're not surrounded by tons of boats and tons of people, there's space in the water. And I think that's what makes a difference. The density is only in a few certain places on 30A, but there's so many of these private communities that don't allow short-term rentals. And I think that's what might attract some of your clients to know that they could be under the radar and have space in a place that is not too crowded.
And how big? Well, what's the population?
It's a 26-mile stretch. So 16 little micro towns on a 26-mile stretch. And I'd say probably population of 35 to 40,000, but that's not year round. So you've got full-timers and you have people with secondary, third, fourth residences. And those people are only coming during certain times out of the year. So fall, to me, is the best time that they would hit that, because you said you have a lot of people going to Aspen, or maybe they're going to the Hamptons in the summer.
So Aspen, Hamptons, unless you're flying private, 2 planes. Hamptons, unless you have the luxury of off hours. Right. Could be anywhere from 2 to 5 hours, depending on where you want to go.
Okay.
Depending which area you go to. So this sounds super exciting.
Yeah. So I would love to have you down and see if you could just come and learn the area a little bit, and we could expand upon this talk. I mean, to me, this is introducing 30A to New York. You're a Tribeca, native now. You've been there quite a few years, and you're really trying to bring something and introduce something to people that are looking for a fresh place. So why not have you come and kind of tour the mini cities and the vibes? The thing that's so unique about this location to me is, depending on what you're into, there's a little spot for everybody. So Rosemary Beach is European cobblestones. Alys is Grecian, beautiful architecture. But then you have boho surfer, and that's Grayton Beach. So there's a little bit of vibe for everybody.
Do you have like the developers coming in there and doing projects now where they weren't before, or this has been
Right.
an ongoing? Tell me a little
Sure.
bit about that.
So, like, Seaside was the original new urbanism. So the Truman Show, I don't know if you've ever like seen the Truman Show, but that started in the 2000s. So Seaside was kind of these little white picket fence cottage coastal looking, vibe. But then they started to take other communities after that, and so that's when really it started to take off. And now that there's one major developer, St. Joe, so St. Joe has developed predominantly the majority of neighborhoods in our area with land to grow. So there's still development going on. Whereas on the east coast of Florida, I moved from West Palm in '08. A lot of those places have to be torn down and then reconstructed because the land is gone, but we still have land and there's still available development there. So you could be an independent or you could follow what St. Joe already has, which is kind of the HOA inclusive club environment, but you could be a non-HOA and build your dream golf front home. Yeah.
So
I
exciting.
know. So when are you coming?
What time is it?
Yeah, like, can we go now?
Yeah.
All right.
Is there a direct from here?
Exactly. Let's hit it from Scottsdale.
Let's go.